You paid $400 for this seat. On the seat itself, the airline keeps about 15. That's barely 3 or 4 cents on every dollar. Almost no business on earth runs this thin. So if they barely make money on the ticket, where do your $400 actually go? And where do they really get rich? Let's follow all 400. Here's what it costs an airline to fly you. And the biggest cost isn't fuel, it's people. Everyone blames jet fuel. But labor, the pilots, the crew, the people on the ground, costs more than twice as much. You're not really buying a flight, you're buying a wage, a tank of fuel, and a seat in a very expensive machine. And before the airline keeps a cent, the government takes its cut on every single ticket, added up. A federal tax on the fare, a security fee, an airport charge, and another fee for every leg you fly. And even packed, planes now fly 84% full. The math barely works. So here's the trick, in full. They don't make their money on the seat. They make it on everything bolted around it. Check one bag, about $40. That single fee can rival the airline's entire profit on your ticket. The seat is sold almost at cost, as bait. The profit hides in the fine print. Want a bag? A seat with legroom? To board before Group 9? To change your mind? Each one is a fee now. In 2025, even Southwest, the last airline that flew your bags for free, started charging. Checked bags alone pulled in over $7 billion in a single year. This is the unbundling. Take what used to be included, strip it out, and sell it back to you piece by piece. And everyone in the chain takes a slice. The airport, the taxman, the booking system, the card network. Just booking your ticket can cost an airline up to $16, skimmed by the reservation systems, which is why the price makes no sense. The person beside you might have paid half. You pay whatever you'll tolerate. Here's the secret hiding in plain sight. An airline's most valuable asset often isn't its planes, it's its miles. One airline's frequent flyer program is valued north of $30 billion. Banks pay billions a year just for the miles. Put bluntly, a modern airline is a credit card business that happens to fly planes. Then 2026 hit. A war in the Middle East spiked oil, and jet fuel jumped about 70% in a matter of months. The industry's fuel bill jumped from about $250 billion to $350 in a single year. Costs they can't control. So they lean even harder on the one thing they can, the fees. In 1 year, just 3 U.S. airlines, United, Delta, American, booked over $30 billion in fees. The ticket is the bait. The fees are the business. And that's just 3 of them. Worldwide, those extras top $150 billion a year. And almost none of that shows up on the fare you so carefully compared. And yet, after all of it, every U.S. airline combined netted only about $6 billion last year. So the airline isn't really the villain. On the seat itself, they make almost nothing. The gouging was never the fare. It's the $40 for a bag and the fact you can't say no at the gate. Fly light, pick your seat last, skip the extras, and you quietly beat the whole system. Because the real markup was never on the ticket. It's on everything they convinced you to add. So next time a fare feels insane, remember, you're barely paying for the flight at all. Now look at that $400 fare again. You know exactly where every dollar went.